Good morning, everyone. Thank you guys so much for being on the call this morning. I know that Prime is on. We were actually on at 8 o'clock because we were so excited to do this, but she is going to be muted because she has to jump off in a little bit. What I'm going to do to make this easier for everyone, I am going to unmute everyone on my end, and then I'm going to ask that you guys mute yourselves on your phone. That way you can either mute or unmute at your leisure when you have a question. So I'm going to unmute everyone right now, and then I'm going to ask that you all mute yourselves on your end of the phone. Okay. So it sounds like everyone has done that, so thank you guys for working with me on this. And I'm excited to see there are, 5 of us on the call this morning. That's exciting. Hopefully you guys understand the value of what we are about to do with the role-playing and the dialogue and scripting practice. Even if we are uncomfortable doing this, we're only going to do this for a maximum of 30 minutes. So there are going to be bits and pieces that we're going to be doing that I'm going to ask people to chime in on. And as we do that, because I want to see, where we are, I want to make sure that we're equipped for that. For those of you who are going to the Van Dyke headshots and the photos, that's happening at 10:30 in the Times office. I sent the address that's in the group. But what I'm going to ask is who wants to be the agent? Who wants to be the agent of the first call? Who wants to be the agent? I need someone to volunteer.
I can do either one, and let me know what you want me to do.
All right, so Sean, you be the agent, and it looks like DeAndre, you're about to speak, so DeAndre, you be the buyer, okay? So DeAndre is going to be the buyer. Sean is going to be the agent. And the scenario is that we're going to do the same one that we did last week. Sean has already gone through LP Mama on the initial phone call. So now you guys are meeting for the very first time at a Starbucks. And so you guys take it from there. And the goal is, of course, you guys should know what the goal is. So you've already gone through the LP Mama. You guys are going to, ad-lib where you need to, make assumptions where you need to, fill in the missing information. But you guys go ahead and do that. I'm going to mute myself. Everyone else, mute yourselves. Keep yourselves muted as Sean and DeAndre go. And then I'll just chime in, and I will stop you guys later. So, Sonia, if you aren't in, make sure that your phone is muted. All right, but I'm going to mute myself, and you guys take it away. Go.
Hey, Mr. Drew, how you doing, sir? Thank you for meeting me here at Starbucks today. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Sean. It's DeAndre, actually. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right. How's the family, man? Everybody's doing good?
Man, you know what? Everybody's good. I just got back in town from North Carolina, so, my people was in an accident, so, I had to go and make sure they're good. So now I'm here, and I'm here with you.
Oh, man, I appreciate it, and we keep them lifted up in our prayers and things of that nature and stuff like that. I'm going to take my pen and paper. I like to keep notes, and, I want to try to make sure I get all the things right and correct due to our conversation here. It's our first meeting and stuff like that. And so tell me, what's the reason why you're moving? Tell me what's going on.
Well, I've been living on Sunny Isles Beach for quite some time now, and I'm at that point in life where I want to expand my family.
Okay.
And so I need more space. And, the traffic and the construction that's going on in Sunny Isles Beach, at this point, it's just, I'm over it,
Okay. So traffic and need more space. I understand. So when we needed more space, what are we talking about? How many bedrooms and bathrooms? Let's go there.
Well, I plan to bring my mother and my grandmother down, and I have 2 sisters, just in case. I'm a family guy, so, and I want to start my own family, so I would say about 5 bedrooms.
Okay, 5 bedrooms, and how many bathrooms?
A minimum of 3.
3, okay. All right. Now, have you visited any areas here in South Florida, or which areas are you familiar with, or what have you done here since then, or, stuff like that?
Well, quite a couple of years ago, I was taking a look around just to see what was out there in the market. I have been to Pembroke Pines area. I've been to Coral Springs. I've also been up to as far as Riviera Beach, West Palm Beach. But it seems like where you can get the most land is on the west of 95. So I'm more interested in 95, west of 95.
Okay, west of 95. I'm going to put a star by that and give you the other ones. Will the other areas be still possibilities if the price was right and if it fit your family's lifestyle? Would that be okay still to put those in those particular type of links and things of that nature if I send you that stuff?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Perfect.
One big thing I would like to add is make sure it has a nice big yard.
Yard, okay.
Yeah.
Yard. Okay, got it. So I got Pembroke Pines, Coral Springs, Riviera Beach, west of 95.
You two can stop. Sean and DeAndre, you guys can stop. Fantastic job. Yeah, so you guys, I'm not going to give you guys any feedback. You guys are very good in handling the intro, but we're going to switch. We're going to pick up 2 other people. Very good. And the reason I'm doing this because I want everyone to get a little bit this morning, the conversational piece and the I guess how relatable you guys were. The energy felt good. So Sean, way to start out asking about the family. Great job there, and then listening and taking notes. Little things like I'm putting an asterisk. I'm putting a star next to, this west of 95. It shows DeAndre that you're paying attention. So good job. Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir.
If you 2 would mute, please.
Mute.
Yep, go ahead and mute yourselves. And now I am going to ask, let me see. I'm going to ask Tanya. You knew I was going to choose you. And Prime, are you able to chat this right now, or,
yes.
Or do you need to say mute? You are able to talk. Okay. So I'm going to ask that Tanya, are you in a position where you can chat this morning, or are you in listen mode only?
Yes, I can chat.
Okay. So Tanya, you are going to be the agent. Prime, you are going to be the buyer. Prime, you guys have already met. All right, here's the scenario. You guys have already met. There are 3 properties that you like, Prime. There are 3 properties that you like from the ones that you have seen. And now, Sonia, you have to help Prime make a decision on which one and get her ready to write an offer on a property. So you have to get her from okay, we've seen the properties, you like these 3, now we're deciding on which one to write an offer on. You ladies got it?
Yes.
All right, take it and take it and run.
She's already pre-approved?
So these are, yes, because if you're showing her properties, we're going to say you're not showing anyone that's not pre-approved, right? Because Sonia is a badass, and she is not showing people that aren't qualified. All right, so you guys take it, and I'll mute myself. Go ahead.
Awesome. Hey, Prime, how are you?
Morning. I'm good. How are you?
Good. So, out of all the properties, do you have something about them?
Say that again. Sorry, I didn't hear.
Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm well. Thank you. How are you? How's your family?
Well. Everyone is good. How's your family?
It's awesome as well on my side. Thank you.
And how is work?
Oh, works is good. It's getting there this morning. It's raining, but it's amazing.
Yes, we have to stay dry. South Florida is like that sometimes. So yeah, I just wanted to catch up with you and see where you were at when it came to the properties that you did like. So tell me, what are some pros that you do like and which one that you are leaning towards?
So definitely these 3 properties are so exactly what I'm looking for. Of course, I will go with the one with the big bedroom. Definitely the one in North Miami area. Remember that one? Not the one in Pembroke Pines, the one in North Miami. So it has like a bigger bedroom. Yes. So definitely that one I want with the big yard. So that's the one I'm mostly leaning towards here. But I know there'll be only one issue with that, which is the kitchen is not not really what I was looking for. But
the kitchen is not up to but that's the one that you want.
Yeah.
Yes. So, looking at the comps, we are, it is fairly priced, and like you mentioned, the kitchen is not updated, so it is up to you what you want to do and what you want to place an offer. I am ready and available. I just need you to tell me if you want to put in a full asking price, and then we can go from there, and then I'll write up the offer and have you e-sign so that we can see if we're start negotiating.
So how does the offer go? Because definitely I don't want to pay $329,000 that they asking because the kitchen is not updated. I was mostly thinking $300,000. So can you work me a little bit through the offer process? What am I gonna do? Are you doing everything or?
Yeah, I will be doing everything. You just have to give me like comfortable as far as offer, and then I'll walk you through if that's something to even offer. Like you mentioned, the kitchen is it, but that is something that we can play to our it's not the biggest strong when it comes to, especially if you want to offer, that's
Sonia, you're breaking up a lot.
I'm breaking up. Hold on.
Yes.
Is this better?
Yes, it is. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Go back to, the kitchen isn't updated. I think that's where you started breaking up.
So we know the kitchen isn't updated and everything is working. So normally we put in an as is contract. So as long as everything in the house is working and functional, that's what counts. But the kitchen is a little bit needs updates, and that's more cosmetic, and we can't play around with that. However, to make an offer that's $30,000 below asking is, to be honest, it's not even gonna play. Just because it's a functional kitchen, it just needs to be updated. So maybe we could go. Maybe what I can do is we can go like probably like $15,000 or $10,000 under, but if you really, really, really want the house, I would highly suggest that we come in strong and we make a solid offer. That way they have no choice but to say, yes, let's go with it.
Okay, so what's the difference between an as-is contract and a regular contract? Or is it two different contracts? Because you told me an as-is contract. I don't understand.
Okay, ladies, I'm going to interrupt you right there. Prime, you make one heck of a buyer. Good stuff, girl. And
I'm trying to learn.
No, okay. And so, Sonia, what I'm going to give you a bit of a feedback, and then I'm going to ask. Then we're going to keep rolling. So, your second part of your conversation probably should have been your first part of the conversation, because
the what?
You had to. Your second part of the conversation probably should have went first. So you did a great job explaining why she should make a strong offer, but that's after she had wanted to make a low offer, right?
Gotcha.
So as a real estate professional, we don't want to say, you just tell us what the offer to make and then we'll make it, and then you came back later and was like, well, no, we can't do what you want to do. You were doing a really good job, because you said, I have the comps here for that property. It is fairly priced. What I would have gone into, or what you might consider, is go a little bit more with the motivation that Prime has to purchase, right? Say, okay, great, so I know this had this. Address her concern of that kitchen, but then ask her, well, how much in terms of your dream or the next chapter of your life is the large bedroom and the large yard worth? Can you make concessions dealing with the kitchen for now? Do you really want this property, right? And I always ask, so Prime, do you want this property? So if we miss this property and you go to sleep at night, are you going to be able to sleep, or are you going to wish that you had done everything you could? I have that conversation prior to us talking about an offer amount, because you went right to the edge, said it's fairly priced, you have the comp, and then you said, but whatever you want to offer, we can, right? In her mind, as a professional, it's fairly priced based on condition and everything, but then she's asking for $30,000 less, right? So just keep that. You went really good into explaining why we should make a strong offer for them to take us serious. But let's do that first before we start talking about an actual price. Okay?
Right. Gotcha.
All right, so I'm going to ask you two ladies to mute, please. And then I believe that Cheryl is on. I'm going to ask that Cheryl, you please be the buyer. Prime, you are back on. This time you are the agent. Cheryl is the buyer. Prime is the agent. And here's how this one is going to work. This is a scenario where Cheryl, the buyer, has lost a property, meaning that they did not get their offer accepted. And now, hold on, stop. You might need to mute your line, because we're still picking you up. Okay, so Cheryl is going to be I should ask first, Cheryl, are you in a position where you can talk this morning?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so Cheryl is going to be the buyer. They have just missed out on a property because of multiple offers. Well, no, I'm not even going to do that because Prime is agent. They just missed out on a property because the sellers accepted another offer. Now, Cheryl is second guessing whether or not she wants to buy or just rent. You got that, Cheryl?
Got it.
All right, so Prime, your job is to not convince, but reassure Cheryl that now is still a good time to buy. All right, and I am muting. And Cheryl, why don't you go ahead and you open up the dialogue like you just called Prime, or that Prime just called you, and now you're going to start the conversation about excited, talking about what happened with the offer, and then Prime is going to give you the bad news that they accepted another offer. Go ahead.
Good morning, Miss Prime. How are you? I'm good. How are you, Miss King? I'm good. I'm so excited. on our offer that we're making. I hope it's good enough for us to get accepted. I've been disappointed in the past, so I would hate for that to happen again. How can we make sure that this is going to be strong enough? Okay, I'm so sorry, Miss King, but sometimes we got to get a few failures before we get through what we really, really, really want. And unfortunately, I'm the bearer of bad news right now. I just hung up the phone with the agent, and unfortunately, the offer was not accepted. I know this is not what you were waiting for. I am so sorry about that. But let me tell you, girl, it's not all lost. We did look at other properties, and I know we talked about 3, right? And I know your strongest one wasn't that. We can always go for the second. How do you feel about that?
I'm just, this whole process, I've been looking for so long, and I was just so excited about this property. And now, you know what? I think I'm just going to rent for another year and maybe, and go ahead and sign that lease again, because I just can't take this heartbreak anymore. It's just too much.
I do understand what you're saying, but think about it. Rome wasn't built in one day, right? You did not learn how to walk in one day. All these were baby steps. You fall a few times, you got back up again, and you made it happen, right?
Yeah, you're right.
But how would you feel if you had to wake up tomorrow morning in that house that we thought was the best for you, and when we look at it, it was the worst for you? Sometimes it could be a blessing in disguise that this happened. So don't see it as like really the worst thing that could happen. See it as a blessing that you can get into the second one that you're looking for. And the second one might be the one you make your best memories, right?
Well, I guess we can give it a shot. I mean, just so disappointed. But you're right. What you're saying, it makes sense to me. So I guess we can put the offer in on the other property that I was interested in as well.
Yes, you'll
and hopefully that one.
Mm-hmm. And I know you were looking at the yard in there too. The yard was bigger because you want to plant your flowers and stuff. Whereas the other one was not much. The flowers.
Okay, let's stop right there. Fine. Cheryl she consented. She said, well, I can write an offer on this other one. At that point, we stopped talking about the other one, and we said, okay, so Cheryl, here's what I think we should do. Let me know if you agree. How about we make this offer as strong as possible so that we can try to avoid missing out, and then just move into making a solid, strong offer. Cheryl, very realistic. Thank you, ma'am. I know that if any of us have been working with buyers for any amount of time, we have had to make that phone call saying, no, we didn't get accepted. They accepted another offer, and then work through that disappointment of the buyer. So great job there. What I am going to ask right now is I'm going to ask everyone to mute themselves, but unmute yourself if you have a question, comment, concern, or something that you want to see, or a scenario that you want played out on the next call that we do, because I do want to be respectful of time. We have about 5 minutes. So if there's something that you have encountered, something that you want to, a role play that you want to do on the next call, we can get that done. We can also shift to sellers if you guys want. We can also shift to networking events, some role playing with networking events, and just meeting someone cold or another business owner, or how to get referrals or how to ask for referrals. So if you guys would chime in right now, let us know what it is that you want to do, or any questions that you had about the call today.
I have one. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. So I got a referral, and we're like in the last phase of getting him pre-approved. He currently lives in Brickell. This is like all real scenario. He currently lives in Brickell, and he wants to, ideally, he would love to buy the condo that he is renting from, and he's renting from investor owner. So how do I go about that conversation if he wants to seriously go that route, because it's technically not listed, and if I'm his buyer agent, I would have to go to his landlord, and how do I go about that without the landlord just undercutting me?
What do you mean without the landlord undercutting you?
Because
for commission?
The landlord, yeah, for commission.
Okay, so
if
the first thing
purchase the property.
So the first thing you do is you have your buyer sign an EBBA, and in the EBBA, you can put what your commission is, right, or what your compensation is. And if the seller is unwilling to pay that, then let your buyer know up front that he's going to be responsible for covering your fee.
Okay.
That's it. So my commission is going to be, at 3% or $5,000 minimum. Usually the seller pays that. However, if the seller doesn't pay, especially in this instance where I'm working on your behalf, going to them and it's unlisted, then I would expect that compensation to come from you.
Okay.
So that's how that would work. And then you just open up the conversation with the landlord or with owners to see if they're open to the possibility of selling. Great question.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else? Oh, my pleasure, And Sonia, I have information that I'm getting to you later today, okay? To the question that you sent me in email.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Anyone else? Go ahead and chime in, please.
On the next call, possibly, I would like to do a scenario, and I know maybe a lot of the agents wouldn't know about this, how the down payment assistance works, because we do get that question a lot, and especially for those buyers that's looking for that type of assistance. I would like to do a role play with somebody in regards to that and how that would work.
Yes, ma'am. We'll do that. And, of course, you will be the agent, and I will be the buyer. That's going to be a fun one.
Absolutely.
Anyone else? Go ahead and chime in. Oh, I'm sorry.
Can I add one more to how a seller contribution would work as well?
Okay. Yes. All right. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, maybe like for me, it would be the networking events, making up like an elevator pitch or something like that. I haven't done that in a while, so it's just beginning conversations when you're out networking. I know we need to do a lot of that stuff, but, just to kind of clean it up a little bit and get a little bit better or more comfortable at it as well.
Yes, sir. Got it.
All right. Thank you.
All right. No one else with nothing else. Guys, everything that you guys are hearing that was just mentioned, I want you guys thinking about this before our call next week, right? And so that is going to be on the 20th. We still have our training call tomorrow, which is not role-playing, but I want you guys understanding why we're doing this and seeing the value in it. And don't wait until then to think about what we just talked about. So if you have an idea, for instance, like if Sean knows that he's thinking about, networking events, he may go to networking events before Wednesday of next week. So go ahead and be thinking, okay, well, here's what I currently use. And, you might have to role play with yourself. This is where we talk to ourselves and say, well, how would I respond to this? Well, what if I said this? What, does it sound corny? Does it not sound corny? Does that fit my personality? Does that fit the environment? What if the networking event is a casual network event versus a business or like a gala or something like that? How does it differ? How does my approach, how does my verbiage change? How does my delivery change? What words, what energy am I going to use? So all of those would go in. And I've taken these notes. We're going to get this down for the next one. But you guys are absolutely fantastic this morning. If you are uncomfortable with anything that you're in the process of the role play, I think everyone would get out either as a buyer or seller. We had prime with both sides. We're going to be doing more of that. So I'm going to have some very specific scenarios, and I want them spur of the moment because I want us thinking as quickly as we can. So fill your toolboxes, go into the Google Drive, look at all that, unlocking your telephone, all those scripts. Go online, look up scripts, dialogue, role play, learn them, internalize them, and then refine them and add your personality to that. All right, guys, you were absolutely fantastic this morning. Thank you guys for being on the call. I do owe some of you some information for email responses and things. Those will be going out today and tonight. If nothing else, if you guys need me, reach out to me via text message today because I have about 4 or 5 appointments. I will be seeing some of you at the Van Dyke event for the headshots and some training. If you want more information on that, go look in the Facebook group. You'll see that there. They will be serving lunch there as well. So if you guys are going, it will be exciting to see you guys there. And if nothing else, man, you guys have a great Wednesday. I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. But prospect. Let's get in front of people. Let's turn relationships into deals and deals into relationships. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.